For the next DIY, I'm going to take one of these little wire round baskets from the Dollar Tree and one of their pink flamingos. And this is going to be a fun pink flamingo that I'm going to make for my landscaping outside. I only want the pink flamingo head and the neck for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off with some strong scissors. What I want to do is attach the pink flamingo head and neck to the little wire bucket. And that's going to be the body of this pink flamingo. I wanted something that would lay flat to the ground. And don't throw these away, the little flamingos. I've seen people make really cute like angel wings and stuff out of them. So you might want to save those. Now I'm going to attach it with some zip ties. So I'm just going to use my hole punch to cut through that so I can wire that to that wire basket. It doesn't really matter which one you have the baskets you use. The one that's about the same size that's an oval would work really well too for the shape of the flamingo. But I wanted something that I could put up like an upside down flower pot into my landscaping, something that's going to sit low to the ground. He's not going to have any legs or anything like that, but I think this is really going to add a punch of color to my landscaping outside and be really fun. So I'm just zip tying all of the holes that we punched in there just directly to the wire basket. Really easy to do. Now for the feathers of this pink flamingo, we're going to be using some of those beautiful leis from the Dollar Tree. I just went to Dollar Tree today and they had so many different options for pink leis from the Dollar Tree. And this one's not like a traditional flower. It's these big fluffy ones. I have crafted with these before. They're always really fun. I think I made a Christmas tree out of these one time for a tropical feel. Now, at first I thought I'll leave them all together like this, but then I didn't really like that I couldn't get them really flat against each other. So I decided to cut mine at first, at least, to start stringing them together. It does make it a little bit more difficult. It's really up to you whether you're going to cut them or not. Let me show you how I did it though. I just went ahead and took some twine and tied it off to make sure that this part here doesn't fall off while I cut the other side. And I just basically want a garland of it that I can wrap around and make longer by adding it to more as I wrap it around. And that way I can have it be the exact diameter that I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this end to itself to that jute twine just to make sure that that does not fall off right there. And I have a good end I can start with. So I'm going to use some zip ties and zip tie this all around to keep it close. But I'm also going to need more. So I'm going to go ahead and take another one of those pink leis from the Dollar Tree and tie that off with twine as well and cut that one. And then I can take the two strings here and tie them together to make a longer one. Just like that. Now I can just keep feeding this all the way around. I'm going to start right here underneath where we attached the pink flamingo and go in with my first zip tie. And this mesh on this metal basket worked really well for zip tying. And this is another fun option that you can use besides using like the pink flowers from the Dollar Trees for the feathers. Definitely fluffy and pink, just like you would think for a pink flamingo. I am going to zip tie it about halfway every single time just to try to make sure everything stays in place here. We're just going around the very bottom. I want to cover up the entire wire basket. I don't want you to be able to see any of that. And this worked really well. And I want it to be really full and fluffy too. And this would be really cute too if you could find a way to do legs or a stand. I was even thinking about propping him up on some of the little garden hooks from the Dollar Tree, like to make a stand, but I decided I wanted something a little bit lower, something that could sit in my landscaping and just be a little pop of color. So I think this is going to work well. And so I continue that same piece all the way around, filling up the sides of the bucket. And this is not the real tall bucket. This is not like the trash basket that they have of the size. This is the one that's about half that size, just for scale purposes for you to think about. And again, I'm just zip tying really kind of anywhere where I really think needs it. If it's starting to fall off here at this top rim, I seem to have to zip tie it a little bit more to keep it in place. I want to leave the very top of it open for another one of the pink leis. and I'm gonna leave that one intact. So I just tied this one off to the end and zip tied that in place, and now we just need to cover the middle part. And I do want it to be nice and fluffy up here, so I can use a whole lei for the very top. I just leave it attached in one ring like that, one lei, and then zip tie that on there, and I can go around like 2 at a time like this and zip tie this down. This was such an easy pink flamingo DIY. It really was. Whenever I craft with the pink leis or any of the leis from the Dollar Tree, it really makes like floral projects like this go so much faster, especially like wreaths. I'm going to have a pink flamingo wreath for you here in a little bit where I use these, and they turned out so pretty. And so I just kind of gather it all here in the middle, zip tie it down, and then anywhere else that needed it, I just add a zip tie just to make sure that I don't have too much of it sticking up, like right here in the middle. But I think he looks really fluffy and cute. My eye was a little scratched on mine, so I'm just gonna give it a little makeover with my white paint pen and a black Sharpie just to draw that back on, just so it's not scratched. And this pink flamingo DIY is complete. I really love how he turned out. I think he's so cute. What do you guys think about this one? It was really simple, his construction, using the pink leis like that and the plastic pink flamingo. And I love crafting with those. They're so much fun.